On today's episode, we talk about your voice being stolen and an actual example.
Yeah.
And we talk about crazy AI chats and the new voice features. And we talk about Tevia.ai. Check it out. Welcome to the AI Lab Unfiltered podcast. I am Drew Veach from BizStream. I am joined by Mr. Pete Tarrant from Prescott AI.
Good morning.
Welcome, Pete.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you could join us on this podcast. We are excited today to be here. It's another day of recording podcast. We are in Studio Bamboo, which is downtown Grand Rapids. It's an awesome place. It's a beautiful area of the city, number one. And it's just a beautiful studio that we have in here. And we are powered by Think Tank Thought Leadership. They help us produce everything. They help us edit everything. They help us publish everything. They helped us put together the entire mission of what we're trying to do. Big supporters of ours, and we love working with these guys. It just makes it so much easier. Enter Pete's tagline.
Well, I mean, it's very true what I'm about to say. If you want to be cool, have a podcast. Your friends will think you're cool. The chicks dig it. So if you want to be cool, have a podcast. And if you're going to do a podcast, do it with Think Tank Thought Leadership.
Yeah, do it right. So today, we've got a really fun guest that we've had on multiple times. And we're going to talk about a product that he came up with.
Yes.
And I've seen kind of the preview of this product already. And it's really, really cool. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's new to me, so I will be looking at this for the first time.
And it's 100% up my lane of what I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
which is nothing.
Which is have AI just take care of everything for me. So welcome, Mr. Josh Barker.
I'm excited to be here.
Welcome back.
They told me I had to be on my best behavior because the last couple podcasts I was not on my best behavior with you guys. So
well, that's what made it fun.
We should have started recording about 10 minutes ago.
Exactly.
I'm excited to be here, guys.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah. What's new in you guys' world? You know, with AI. We were just talking about some things. You brought up the voice feature.
New voice feature.
Yeah, I'm blown away last night. So I have daughters that are at the driving age. So now as a parent, I get to stay up late while they're driving around to make sure that they get wherever they're getting. And my wife's out of town too. So I'm just watching YouTube videos, and my whole feed is AI on YouTube.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So as I'm scrolling through, I start finding these videos, and they've been posted, all of them, within the last week or so. And ChatGPT has this new voice feature, and that's been around for maybe 2 weeks or so. I can't remember how long. But you can use it with Codex, which is ChatGPT's coding model. And you can essentially just, because it's full duplex, the voice feature is, and it will spin up different instances. So if you say, hey, if you got multiple projects all going on, you don't have to be looking at your screen to do any of this. You can just say, hey, give me an update on project A, and then tell me what the next steps are for project B and project C. And so it'll give you that update, and you can say, so for project A, or project B had a next step, you can say, well, just go ahead and do that next step on project B. And it just spins up these different instances and does this work on your behalf. And the cool part is that the YouTube person who was presenting this, like they had given a command, and then they were just kind of talking about how they like working with a model. And a couple minutes later, you hear the voice come back from ChatGPT saying, hey, just so you know, I've wrapped up the next step on project B, and here's what we have to do next. So I'm just sitting there watching that, like, this is the future of work. And voice really is, and I'm behind on this. You were a very early adopter, like talking.
I love the voice.
Talking with it.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get into it. But now that I see what you can do with voice, because I always had to have that visual where I could kind of see what's going on. But now I don't think I really need that with how good the voice is and what it can do with Codex. And because you used to have to like you would talk to it, but it was more question and answer.
Yeah, it was more just chat.
It wasn't like, hey, go do this for me. Now it's, hey, go do this for me over voice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it blew my mind last night, and so much so that I'm telling you guys about it this morning, and I'm still kind of like awestruck.
I was in the restroom getting ready. He was in the stall talking to Jarvis over there.
I don't want to know that
conversation. Clear all my morning meetings. I'm going to be in here.
So is that available on the free version or the paid version? Like, what version were you using?
That I do not know, and I don't want to give the wrong answer. But it was definitely starting at the $20 a month feature. It was available for that and moving up.
That's because I know the new live voice feature was available on the free. I mean, it was only for a couple weeks. They launched it on the free version, and then it went to paid.
Yeah.
So I had to try it on the free, which I have multiple accounts anyway. And that's interesting because I use Whisperflow for Claude when I do that because I can't stand just typing. I'm terrible at typing, and just to be able to push a button and talk into it, and it just spits it out in there. Now it's not a talk forward.
Right. You still have to.
Claude does have that,
submit.
but it's not as it's kind of clunky compared.
It's not as good as ChatGPT's.
Not even close.
Yeah, but I'm glad you said that because if someone's listening, they're like, oh, that you're just the dictation button where you press it and it captures, and then you still have to hit send afterwards. This is not that. This is you're just talking.
You're talking to it.
Yeah.
The other thing that they were doing too is if they were not doing something with it, they would just hit mute. They wouldn't leave the voice. They would just mute it so that it couldn't hear them. And then when they were ready to say something, or when it said something to them and they had to answer, they would just unmute and go back into it. So that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it just kind of kept going, and it just kept working with it like that.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Does it vocalize the M dash?
Just so you know, dash.
Dash P.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, just really mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
And
there's my weekend.
I know. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Yeah, my wife's like, "Who are you talking to?" You know, myself. You know,
solving the world's problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. I feel like Claude is missing the boat on a lot of the vocal features because I feel like chat's really been taken off even before they came out the live version. That it was just so smooth even before.
Yeah.
You know, so conversational. And Claude's got a voice feature, but it's very robotic.
Yep.
It's very stuttery. It just doesn't pick up as much.
Yeah, I tried using it because I've been using Claude pretty heavily now. I was ChatGPT for the longest time and tried using the voice and just wasn't.
Yeah, it just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. That's why a lot of us use the Whisperflow at work. So now all of us have headphones on and we're like, meh, 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 like talking in front of our computer. So everybody thinks, oh, he's in a meeting. I'm not going to interrupt him.
Yeah.
No, we're all just talking to our computers now.
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
People leave you alone.
My wife thinks it's creepy, the new voice, because it just sounds so human, right? And so
realistic.
I don't know if I told you guys this. My wife recently had her voice stolen. Maybe I told you that.
Yes.
And this is crazy. So I won't tell the whole story because it's kind of a longer story. But yeah, she got a spam phone call that she thought was real, and they convinced her it was real. And so she had to file a police department, go down to the police department, and they were like, "Oh yeah, your voice was probably stolen." So they have
That's
documentation
crazy.
on how to file paperwork on stolen voice, and they're
Stolen
isn't that
voice.
crazy? And they're like, you now need to notify your bank because your bank has a record of your voice, and so you're gonna have to just kind of give insider information of hey, my voice was probably stolen, so no longer do voice authentication for the bank. It's crazy. It's wild.
I didn't even know banks had voice authentication.
Yeah.
The good ones do.
Yeah, the good ones too. Exactly. Chase Bank. That's where it's probably the bigger ones have something like that. Crazy. So
Yeah, I guess I just never. It's probably
your
there.
coffee can in the backyard doesn't have it.
yeah, exactly.
Although
Yelling at his AI.
that might be safer at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if
Just
you're
saying.
a bank, I would abandon all voice authentication today.
Oh yeah,
It's so easy to crack.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All of a sudden, one day, my Jarvis is going to sound like Pete. And I'm
Yeah.
like, where,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
I'm getting
wants
phone
that.
calls from them. What do you mean? What do you mean we're not recording today? Okay, I won't show up then. Where's Drew? You sent me a message.
Also, could you Venmo me about 10,000?
Yeah.
I also have a Nigerian prince on the line.
Make sure you pay me in Target gift cards. Okay.
The untraceable.
So I have on my phone. I was going to ask you guys. So the funny thing is, in preparation for this, we always have a lot of fun. So I asked the question to my Chat GPT, because this is the primary chat I use. I said, think back to all the moments that I chatted with you. What are the moments that I used AI that others would think are absolutely ridiculous or hilarious?
Oh, wow.
Have you guys done that before?
No.
No,
You should, So
right.
I'll while you guys are doing that, I will share like one of the things that I tend to do with my AI. I'm ADHD hardcore. So I will be focused, dialed in on a project, right? I'm doing something with it. I'm all intense. So I'm doing something with like I'll give you an example story. The other day I was in front of the fire, or a campfire. So there's a couple of us around the campfire, and I just get these weird thoughts. I'm just like, how do people like way back, like Stone Ages, like figure out like fire? Like this is just so mind blowing
Yeah.
me. So I'll be chatting with it. And the funny thing is I've got a parallel chat of I built a pressure washer. So like I rebuilt the engine over the summer and all this stuff. So I have this right beside, it's kind of, it's not safe at all. Like probably 10, 20 feet away, I have starter fluid. And so then I'm sitting here going, and so I had another chat there, and I get these I go real dark with my chats if I get bored. And so I was like, my goal is to fake ChatGPT out. So I said, oh, yeah, I tripped and I had starter fluid and I accidentally like threw it landed in the fire. And I will try my best to make ChatGPT believe exactly what happens. So what you're seeing is an image of like fire and it's starting fluid in the fire, and they're like, "Oh, you need to leave immediately." And so I was like, "No, nothing happened." So I just added some more, So and then it's a picture of all these other ones, and they'll say they're like, "Get out of the area." And I'm like, "Wow, that's really pretty." Like.
How hot is this going to get?
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, this is out of control. So
Just pictures of fire.
this is so when I asked my Chat GPT that question of like moments of things that's hilarious, it literally comes back with like all the times that I completely thought it was like believable situations, like my house is on fire and it's like not on fire. So, all right, did you guys ask the
Hey,
chat?
I'll do it with voice, and I'll just have it give me the top one, and then I'll just let it.
Oh,
play
you're that daring.
back.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
why not?
okay.
I don't know if I can do that. I use mine like a therapist.
That's what I was like.
find
You
some
should
shit
not.
out.
You should not. I have a feeling my response is going to be way more tame than what you guys come up with. Hey, chat. Hey, chat.
What's up?
I want you to look back through all of our chats, and I want you to pick the one that you think that other people think would be really crazy.
Okay. I think it might be your AI executive assistant project. Just because it's ambitious and really relatable. People hear an AI tool that preps your meetings, triages inboxes, and drafts replies in your voice, and they're like, wait, what? A close second, though, is your large magic mirror idea. But
Your magic tricks.
or a, wow, I didn't know AI could do that moment, I go with the executive assistant bill.
I'll explain the magic mirror thing. So this is a thing. So if you're on Reddit, you can go to, there's subreddits for this. There's actually one called Magic Mirror, and it's not as goofy as you think it would be. But imagine a mirror. Everybody knows what a mirror is, but you put a monitor behind it, and it can like this,
Yeah.
but a small one, and you put like the temperature and your calendar and stuff on it, and it shines through.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a dual purpose. It's like an informational mirror, but it's called a magic mirror. And I'm so close to building one. I'm
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
just,
cool.
I like building shit like that.
Just a two-way mirror and a monitor.
Yep.
Really.
Oh, nice.
I've had that a couple of hotels I've stayed in. That
Yeah.
Had like,
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the temperature for the
Yep.
day type of thing.
Same thing.
Not super smart, but
Yeah. But if you put AI behind it, and it like if it was just and you
that
had
would
a
actually be
microphone.
really cool.
Yeah.
I want to put a microphone and a camera by it too, so it can see. Because my goal here is to put it by the garage, the door that goes out to our garage. So as we're walking out, you could look at the mirror and say, "Hey, how do I look?" And because it's got a camera,
That's
it
cool.
could give you feedback on how you dress that day.
I was thinking like my bathroom mirror.
I was
that
thinking
would
the
be
same thing.
perfect.
I'm like, don't put the
I don't
camera
know
in the
if I want the
bathroom.
camera.
No, that would be a bad idea.
So you spent a lot of time in front of the mirror, though.
Oh yeah,
You got that fantastic hair.
for sure.
So
Yeah, this
I
doesn't
don't
happen by
have
accident.
it doesn't happen. This is an accident. All right. I'm going to try this.
Oh, he's going live.
you're going
Oh
live.
shit.
So look back at all of my chats that I've talked to you about. What is the most absurd or most crazy thing that someone would think that is just crazy that I've talked to you about?
Let me think on that. Honestly, the one that would make an outsider go, wait, what? Is probably that detailed guitar pedals strict board project where you'd refer to a poop reduction foot switch. Pretty wild.
I'm not even sure what that is. Okay,
Can
thanks.
Chris borrow that?
I'm not sure what. Poop reduction foot switch.
You guys are very daring. I didn't even go live. I'm like, I can't go live on my.
I'm
like,
shocked.
That was
that
on
you
my
did.
that was on my business account. There's no way I'm doing it on my personal
Okay,
account.
I was like, man, this. Are you sweating right now?
Probably the time you asked, how long should? What's the average like?
Should I talk to a doctor about this?
Exactly. I've actually used it a lot for that.
I have two actually. Yeah, it's good. And you taking pictures of things. I mean, like the repair project for the engine for the power washer.
Oh yeah,
ChatGPT fixed it. I didn't fix it. I was like the human augmented ChatGPT.
that's awesome. You're basically the meat interface.
Yeah, I was
for AI.
exactly the meat interface.
I don't like any new product or whatever we get, any new item. Like the owner's manual. I'm never going to read it.
No,
number one.
who
anyway.
would
Nobody
read
does.
that.
I'm a guy. I don't read any manuals.
No, exactly.
So just taking a picture of it, like when we were traveling, it was like the coffee pot, and they had some really goofy coffee pot at this place we stayed at. And I'm like, all right, took a picture, and I said, how do I make coffee? Oh, open up the top here. That's a model 135. You have to open up the top. Put it, and I was like, sweet. I mean, it showed me how to
That's
do
so
everything. I'm
cool.
like, why on earth would I keep
It's
like a manual?
It's a
to
normal
anything?
Cuisinart like coffee maker.
Probably
You're
is.
like, how do I make coffee?
I never make coffee with it. Oh,
One red button.
you
This is
idiot.
brew.
Press the button.
Babe, I can't figure this out. Just ask the AI again, Drew. Just like you do everything else.
But I've done it like with our landscape out front. I've taken pictures and gone, okay, how do I make this look better? Or how do I, keep water away from this? And
Oh yeah, I use that all the time.
love it. I
Oh,
freaking love it.
absolutely.
Drew's like, I've got this piece of toast and there's a square of butter in the middle, but I can't get the butter on the rest of the bread. Can you talk me through this?
why did my phone shut off?
Take your finger and
Take the back of your phone.
it's not always right though, because I had this project that I was soldering things. I'd never soldered things in my life, like on an electrical board. And it's like, oh yeah, I took apart this speaker and I was trying to wire a Bluetooth module to the speaker. And so I'm like, as I'm soldering it, it's telling me I need to then test it on my phone. It's like, oh yeah, solder this 3.5 millimeter jack, shove it in here, and then put it in the USB-C. Fumes of smoke billowing out when I plugged it in. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
shorted everything, and then I tell it this, and I'm like,
no.
"Hey, this is what happened." They're like, "Oh, I didn't mean. I forgot. You shouldn't have done that." And I'm like, "You're useless."
Reminds me of the meme. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's like two panels. The first panel is somebody holding a mushroom and they're like, hey, AI, is this mushroom poisonous? And the next panel is at their funeral and the AI is like, oh, that's right. I was mistaken. That actually is a poisonous mushroom.
Would you like to learn more about mushrooms? Is that about poisonous mushrooms?
Yeah.
That guy's dead.
Sorry, guys, I had to deviate it for a half second because I thought it was funny. You know,
No, that was
No, that's
a
great. I've
good
never
way
done
to-
that.
it's good.
Don't know if I will again.
You're like, this is not PG rated, so I will not be doing it.
Drew's too scared to even do it with just himself. He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to surface anything.
Oh my gosh.
So tell us about, is it called Tevia?
Tevia. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, so it's at City Innovations Traction Labs. We've been, over the last 2 years, 3 years, what we've been working on is how do you get people traction in the market, right?
Yep.
And so we're very focused on how do you actually go out and have conversations in the market? So it's outbound, mostly outbound motion. So we're picking up the phone, we're sending emails, we're sending LinkedIn. So, we worked with a customer over the last 9 months as an example, and we've had over 350 some conversations. And we learn a lot in the market when we do that. So as we've been doing this for other customers, what we realize and recognize is we've created a lot of AI functionality under the hood. So we've actually created agents that go out and research and find signals in the market of intent. So the name of the game has really changed in AI when you're talking about like going out and finding people in the market who are really interested in what you're offering. It used to be, let's use ZoomInfo, if you guys are familiar with that, or Apollo, and be like, I'm going to filter by title and put the whole market on blast. And it's like, and then it's like, people are like, can you just unsubscribe? I don't even want to talk to you. It's like automated messages. We all get those. And so how do you change that game to where you're like, none of us like that. And now everyone's very skeptical too with AI. Is this written by AI? Is it a person? And so instead of doing, more automated messages, we started for our customers over the last 2 years using it to find really, really strong intent signals. So meaning the thing that we're offering, we already have a very clear view into like what they're doing and how they're operating, that we can say with X amount of certainty, this customer actually wants what we're selling. And so it might be monitoring their LinkedIn. It may be monitoring. So I'll give you some examples. So over the last year, one customer, we monitored. You guys familiar with GitHub?
Yep.
Yeah.
We monitored GitHub because this is a highly technical customer. They're a platform as a service. So we monitored GitHub using some AI agents to monitor stars, forks, comments, and then we actually worked with a data provider that could take a GitHub username and map it to a LinkedIn profile. So we actually could then say, we could then have intelligence that says, these 4 GitHub repos actually have these companies contributing to them. And we were able to contact those companies because that signal for that customer was a good signal to say, hey, if they're contributing to these, they would make a great customer of ours.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
So that's the kind of stuff that we were doing over the last 2 years. And we're like, you know what? We've developed systems and technology around this. We should develop a product around it. And so that's really where Tevia came up. So the name Tevia really came from like, we're teeing people up via AI.
Oh,
Tevia.
there we go.
Right?
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Clever.
Yeah, you like clever? Yeah. Clever. Good job.
Drew was
Golf
just talking
clap.
about how horrible of a golfer he was before we came in here.
So,
Do you even know what a tee is?
well, you can use chat to ask you.
I don't hit it.
Hey, I got this ball in this club.
I thought about doing that, like having it look at me swing and go, okay, what am I doing
Probably
wrong?
do it pretty good, actually.
I'm wondering. if it will.
Side quest. Have you guys tried uploading video to it?
No.
I haven't. That's where I
It
thought
actually works
if I
pretty well.
record myself and do it, will it work?
Yeah, it does work pretty well. It processes
Never
the
done
frames
video.
and like
Yeah, I've never
it will
done video.
analyze the frames, tell you. Yeah, so
Ooh, there you go.
yep.
I bet it'll say try pickleball.
Try a different sport.
Nice
You
try.
make a great caddy. Oh, thanks.
Oh man.
Swing is terrible.
But the the products. So Tevia, we sorry I had to bring us in. I had to rope us in. But yeah,
It's odd that you're the one who's
Usually it's us.
bring it back together.
but there other examples are we've really seen positive results because if you can find people that really want what you're offering, it's an obvious you're going to have a lot more conversations. The conversion rate has gone through the roof when you start to
Yeah.
find high intent.
Yeah.
So another example, commercial builder. So everyone in the commercial building industry is going out to these public bid databases, right? So there's public bids. You can get public bids out there. And so what if you could find this is the whole premise of Tevia is, what if you could find signals earlier than anyone else in the market? Right. And so that's the premise of it, is that we build go-to-market operating system, like an actual engineered one, bespoke, specific to you and your industry. So we work with you. It's AI powered, but human managed. So we have a team behind every account that actually sits with you and strategizes how do we create those signals? How do we find those signals in the market rather than just having oh, sign up, turnkey. It's got all the things you need. But really, if you look at the nuances of every industry, you really have to sit down and understand, could you
Right,
do that?
right.
So that's Tevia. That's how we come.
So you're doing it much more customized, because I'm used to Apollo.
Yes.
And I've used Clay before, and it gives you some intent, but it's very high level. It's very loose. It's a lot more. Oh, this person fits your demographic, your ICP, your ideal client profile, and we'll just blast them because they should be the
Right.
type of person that would buy. But the intent, even if it says, "Oh, high intent," well, what does that mean?
What does it mean?
Like
Exactly.
it's very loose. It's very light, you know,
Yes.
because they looked at an agency one time.
That's right.
You know, to build a website, and it's like, this is not. So yours is much more.
Oh, yeah.
much deeper of active. These people are actively looking.
Actively looking. So
potential
I'll show Chris. I'm going to show the screen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pop it up. I'll show a little bit of a demo for you guys.
Yeah. How did you get? Because so the construction. You're looking at open bids. How do you get it? So you're getting it before it's even becoming an open bid.
Oh yeah, I'll show you.
Wow.
So, so this is Tevia, and as you can see, when you log in, you've got a team associated with it, right? So this is our team, and we help put together your opportunity dashboard. You've got opportunities that come in. Which ones are high priority? High priority is created by AI, so that's how they're actually. These are high priority, high intent, and then new ones flow into the system every single week. And so behind the scenes, it looks like a normal CRM. So I'll unclick advanced. From a customer that's not AI savvy, they don't really have to know anything related to AI. They just know all of the signals are coming in here and all of the different accounts. So it's a normal type of system where you can filter on the different campaigns. I can say, hey, from a signal perspective, show me the ones that are high priority. Under the hood, a non-savvy AI person doesn't even have to know. All they know is like, these are the high intent. So you notice like we have visitor tracking on website, right? So like, take that as a grain of salt. Some are great, some are not, right? And so you can click into it. We actually have AI models here to where, you can see on this side, customers will go in and train the model. So they'll say, if I hit retrain, I can literally say, is it a good fit? Is it not a good fit? Are we already working? Like, why is it not a good fit, or why is it a good fit, right?
You're constantly.
That's super
Constantly
cool.
making it better and
Constantly
better
making
and
it
better.
smarter.
And
Yep.
you don't have to know AI for that either.
None of it.
You're just saying, hey, this is good or this is bad. Get more of these or less of these.
Correct.
Is what you're saying. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. So if I go back here, I'll show you exactly under the hood, because you guys are the AI guys. So
Ooh.
under the hood. So I'll click AI systems. These are all the AI. These are campaigns, and every campaign we set up under the hood has some form of AI in it. So this one's a more interesting one. I'll share this. You were mentioning construction. How are you getting that?
Yeah.
One of the things you have to do, and our team does, is we sit down in the strategy session and we actually journey map the customer's journey. So we say, so in a commercial construction project, where does everything start? Let's just map their entire journey to understand where the signal comes from. So in that, one of the things that we mapped was we said, it's actually not 100% of the time, but it is a frequent thing that they will create a LLC, and the name of the LLC will be actually the name of the address. And they'll do that before anything happens, almost as a first thing. And so they do that often before they've even purchased anything. So it's a very, very, very early signal. So then we're scraping the LoRa database.
Yeah, that'd be a liability thing. Well, it would be, because then anything LLC just for that construction. Movies do the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Movie projects
absolutely.
are the exact same way.
So we scrape the LLC database. We pull all the LLCs. We have an AI classifier that classifies, is this likely a LLC that is a construction-based LLC?
Yeah.
And then after that, we actually take the LLC, we download the PDF, because there's articles of organization that is filed with LoRa. We OCR scan that. We find the associated owners. We find the owner's address. We then do a reversed address lookup. I think I lost Bluetooth. Here we go. We do a reverse address lookup. So we actually use an API that after the AI looks at it, we say who owns this, and we keep doing chain of authority to where oftentimes they create LLC that's owned by another LLC that's owned by another. And we actually keep going till we find the owner.
Inception.
Yep. And then we find Inception.
dream
It's a
within a dream.
And then we actually find the owner of who the name is, what their email is, what their phone number is, all the contact information. And then we enrich that by having an actual AI agent, obviously think like Hermes or think like, right, anything like that, and actually go out to the web and say, do all this research on that address to say, what's the history of when it was sold? Is this a foreclosure? Is this a commercial property? Is this all of these different things, and categorize it for that customer, and then shove it in the opportunity database once it matches all the criteria.
Dude, that's freaking cool.
So this is, what we mean by bespoke. I think that's a decent example of bespoke AI agents that are working on your behalf, and we're stringing together all this technology to find it.
Yeah.
But building it, like you said, starting with a journey map for that customer, of the end customer for your client.
Correct.
That is huge, because that's what you don't get out of a box thing like
Correct.
Apollo or something like that. You get a generic, well, add in the 5 key things, and it's
Yes.
like, that's why you get, these are mediocre.
Yes.
This makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
This makes a lot of sense
Yep.
to make it very specific.
So, and then in here, you that's the AI system part. There's AI, we call them AI team members. And so we create these AI team members that this is a lead qualifier specifically for this customer, that if I was to hit setup, like this is literally all of the trained, when they say good lead, bad lead, this is where all the training goes. And so it literally trains the agent behind the scenes. It gets smarter and smarter and smarter. So the customer can go in and they can continue to train it. I can select add context, and I can add an example lead right from their system, and I can just say evaluate it, because I actually want to test it out and see how well it does. And then it comes back and it literally will tell you, it's an independent developer. This is medium confidence, tells you information about them, tells you, is there a possible intent signal? But this is a way that they can come and they can rate it and then say, how, like here again, it says, is this helpful? Does it need work? So if they say needs work, they provide an example, and then it goes back and trains the model again. And so it just keeps getting smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. And then we've got another component to this, is not just finding the leads, but we often will train a CEO or a specific voice, because there's 2 different components. There's the lead component, and then we also have another package that a lot of our customers use, is outreach. So we'll outreach using an account, but the difference here is that it is trained on hours of this person's voice, what they sound like, how they respond. So equally, that prompt I just showed you with lead qualification, it gets huge. Like the mannerisms this person uses, how they write, how all of those things.
Awesome.
And so then what the cool thing is when it goes out to the web, the huge difference with this is when we literally will manage a LinkedIn account with it. It will literally look at the person's LinkedIn that they're messaging and look at last posts, look at their entire profile, where they worked, and not just do that. Hermes agent will go, well, let me go to the website. Let me see what they do. Oh, what are the latest case studies? What are the latest? And then they have all this data to take the AI to say, using the voice and all this information you just learned, craft a very custom message for this person.
Nice.
And it's hyper custom, right? So it's like the ability to tell this is AI is very low. Like there's still a little bit of, and we're trying to train it out of it, but it's very, very low compared to what's out there. The goal is not to automate all of the human-to-human conversations. It's to get a human in the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so that's a little bit of that as well.
But even at that point, if you're adding that value and you're making it hyper custom, hyper personalized to that person, if it's AI or not really shrinks as it is, because the value is there. That's why we always go, is this AI because it's so generic sounding and it's got 100 M dashes in it?
Yes.
Versus, this is exactly what I'm looking for.
Yes. Because imagine you've got, this is the goal, is the holy grail that we're trying to work with customers on is, you've got a customer you're reaching out to that has intense market signals. They want, there's a high probability they want what you're selling. You then can couple that with an agent that comes in and messages them and is highly relational, high trust, not pushy sales, very like, hey, I want to just have a conversation with you, gets you into the conversation, and then we get to the point where it's scheduled with that customer. And so that's the end to end.
This reminds me a lot. This is freaking cool, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed. And I want to come back and kind of go through a couple different parts of it. But what we're talking about reminds me of what Drew he's talked about it at least once, if not a couple times here on the podcast, about the ads that we get.
Yeah.
And this, I remember one time you told the story, you were talking to somebody about, I hate getting all these freaking ads. Like you were getting ads for dog food and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't have a dog. I'm allergic to dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
you
were
were
talking with ChatGPT about it, though.
We were talking with somebody and they said, well, have you thought about telling it what you want to see as far as ads go or something like that?
Yeah, it was literally how you can set your preferences that don't show me this message again. Type
Yeah.
of thing. I've never done
Like
that. I've
you're-
always just hit
You're
ignore.
training Google on what ads to send you.
Yeah.
So this is like coming from the other direction.
Yes.
But it's personalized. So you wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be mad if every ad that I got was like, actually, I do need that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
Correct.
what you're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's freaking.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yep. I mean, I think a lot of it came from the frustration of us. How many LinkedIn messages do you get a week that are unsolicited,
Yeah.
right? That are just like, this is obviously a bot or it's AI. And so
Yeah.
it's like, how annoying. And it's not what you want, what you need. And so flip the script, like get into a relational conversation with someone that actually wants what you are selling.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I'm blown away. I love when you were going through those 7 steps. Like each one of those is a really cool example of how AI can be useful in any business.
Yes.
Yes.
And not for this exact same thing, but do people even know that AI can do these things like a custom scraper, a classifier? It's connecting to external tools like Enricher.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just, and then you got the agent that's going out and doing web research. Like people need to know that that's I think the difficult thing working in the space that I do is trying to open people's eyes to what AI can do for you. It's not just
Yes.
making cool memes and,
Although that is a big part of it.
It's a big part of it.
writing emails and things like that. Like it can do all this other cool shit and that people just don't know yet.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah, and this I think one of the things it's funny. This is why when we're marketing, you guys get jazzed on this, right? But when we're marketing a tool like this, it's funny because it goes right over people's heads on like the AI aspect, right? So it's like I just want leads, right? So it's like, and so, but the hard part is describing to them like. This is actually like we get, sometimes get compared against an Apollo or get against a Zoom Info.
Yep.
And we're like, no. Like, I think you don't understand how vastly different
Yeah.
these two things are.
Yeah.
So, I think more technical people like you guys immediately probably recognize the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't do you any good to tout all the AI features when you're talking with non-technical people
Correct.
because it doesn't land. It's just like,
land.
we're just going to skip to the end. This is going to get people to talk to you.
Yes, exactly. So that's a little bit of a snapshot for you
That
guys.
is slick.
Yeah.
That is, and you're seeing good results.
Yeah, great results. Obviously, from a standard campaign, you're at least 3 to 4x the conversion rate of a typical campaign would be, right? Because you have so many more people interested in having conversations.
So when you set this up, let's talk time frame a little bit, and I'm sure it varies depending on the client and the size and what they're looking for. From hey, I'm interested in this to it's now running at least in the MVP stage, I would say.
Yep.
Where you're starting to train it and it's starting to find more. How long of a process is that?
Yeah, usually we can get it for the first campaign within a month.
Holy
it's
smokes.
pretty.
Okay.
And the reason why that is because under the hood, we're not just using AI agents to do everything. We're using AI to create like Python scripts as an example.
Yeah.
So we're actually custom engineering. So when you go into some of these campaigns, I'm an admin, so I can show you some of this stuff. But if I go here and I hit edit, at the bottom, let's see. Oh, nope. Sorry, I'm going to go to AI systems. If I hit one of these components, sorry, I'm flying. You're like, where the heck are you going? I'm just trying to get to this point where I show we literally will have a GitHub URL that goes directly to the code of every single component in this, because there's actually a lot of custom engineering effort that is auto-generated that creates a lot of this. So to have some, to have your internal team do things like this, it becomes very hard because you're custom engineering and stringing together AI components all at the same round. So this is the value. So the first month, what we do is we work with a customer to identify, do the journey mapping, right? That's the first exercise. Journey map where the customer is. And then we slice that into hypothesis to say, okay, in this journey, let's do these as experiments. We create them as campaigns. And then as we create them as campaigns, we then use ourselves AI to help script a lot of this, right? Like the Python script to help script the LoRa database. Like AI agent, we tried AI agents, but the issue is there's actually a bunch of checks to see if you're an AI scraper, AI agent.
Yeah.
And so we figured out ways around some of those things, but using Python. So this is where we custom engineer these factors in there, and then literally launch your first campaign in the month. And usually then you're getting campaigns coming in and all that stuff. So that's the goal. So customer meet with us for their first onboarding session, do the journey mapping. We then say, hey, we're going to go and take our team. We're going to implement this over the next few weeks. The customer will log in and says, now engineering your go-to-market system. They'll come back and they'll get a notification like, all your leads are ready. Come in here. And then we'll usually have a first conversation with them just to walk them through the system, right? To say, here's how to use it. It's, if we go back up to the functionality, if they don't have a CRM, so we can integrate with like HubSpot or Salesforce, but if they don't have something and they hit board, like over here, is like, it's a lightweight CRM, right? So they can actually drag stuff to different stages. So we can set this up to be specific for who needs access, how do they want to use it, all of those kinds of things. So
Cool.
Yep.
I'm like doubly impressed here. I think the product itself, great idea, great execution, and going back to the ads example, I love the approach. As a consumer, I would love to just get things that I'm interested in, and
Yes.
and you've built that. But then the other part of me is just like everything that's underneath the hood, all the stuff that AI is doing. I'm just really impressed by that too.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, very cool.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're excited about it. So, we just launched Tevia as a product only about a month ago. So we haven't, we already have customers on it, which is great. We did have onboarded a lot of our existing customers because it's the easiest first route.
Sure.
And so a lot of the feedback we're getting is from our existing customers, and they really, really like it. I mean, Chris and I were in a couple meetings yesterday, and the customers were like, "Oh my gosh, this thing is amazing."
that's
Well, and
cool.
showing ROI clearly because it's leading to direct leads and sales. I mean,
Yes.
that just pays for itself at
Yes.
that point,
Yep.
which
So-
is honestly way smarter than like an Apollo, because it took us about a month from signing up to getting trained, and then you go, okay, now I
Yep.
got to build everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
'Cause again, it's very generic.
Yep.
This
Yep.
is nice. This is really nice.
Yeah, and other things we'll do is we'll pull in, we're working with like some custom software development firms. We'll pull in signals that, like the easiest path, whether you're a custom software development firm or not, is, as you guys know, to a sale, is who do you already know?
Yeah.
Like in your network. And so it's funny how underutilized that is with businesses where they're like, we need sales now. And you're like, okay, well, have you guys tapped your own network? They're like, oh, absolutely. We've got, so one of the first things we do is the data source a lot of times varies. We could pull things from Apollo. So under the hood, we're using the standard tools, but we're using them in a creative, mashed way with
Yep.
AI and custom
Yeah.
scripts. So one of the tools we use is, LinkedIn Sales Nav. So we can actually select that person and say, give me everyone in your first level connections. And then we will throw an AI agent on the first level connections to say, go and find signals, right? And so we architect a lot of those signals, but in their first level connections. And then we can notify them and say, hey, did you know in your first level connections, you have 10 people that actually want and are actively searching for what you're selling. You should probably resurrect a conversation with them.
Yeah.
And so usually they're like, oh my gosh. And that's super high ROI immediately, right?
Yeah.
So that's usually one of the first plays we run with a customer because then they can get to a quick
You get a
conversation.
quick win. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
Yep.
I love it.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're excited about it. So, a lot of AI under the hood, a lot of fun stuff, AI agents and all the like. And I think when I did the BBB summit, a lot of it went over people's head. They were probably just like, this is like so techie. And since then, since that conference, that was a great learning experience for me because we did a talk. And the hope was that I would share with them, this is all the things that are under the hood.
Yeah.
And then, hey, do you really want to be doing all these things? You can, we can help you do them through Tevia. And we just learned a lot about how I think, people love talking about AI, but when you get real techie with AI, like keeping it just, do you want really high intent leads in your you want that every week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's slick. I dig it. From a sales aspect. I dig it.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah, that's it, guys. I mean,
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys use it for yourself to find leads for what you want to do with this?
we do. We've got like campaigns running right now that are finding people that are interested in finding higher intent leads, right? Ultimately, a lot of it boils down to do people want more sales? Because that's what it kind of goes to, which the funny thing is that's really hot right now. People need more sales. And so how do you get people in more sales conversations? We're doing really well with founder-led organizations that don't have a huge sales motion, right? That's like a huge sales team that works really well, where they're like, hey, I'm a founder-led. I've been selling founder-led all the while, and all I've been doing is in my own network. And so to get them outside of their own network, and particularly we're very, very pro relationship based, and I think that fits really well with West Michigan too. Like not hard sale, not like we're just going to get you into.
100%, yeah.
So if you know someone needs something, and your goal is not to sell them, your goal is to help them, but also just to form a relationship. You now have the ability to say, well, here's what I'm working on. Like, I'm not gonna pitch you on it. I'd love to learn more about you first.
Yeah.
And then, this is what we're working on. And usually that leads to more fruitful conversations because they have a need. So, yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, when he showed it off, like you said at the Blaze Summit, it was like, dude, this is really how AI should be used.
Yeah, that's what you said it better
product.
than how I said it earlier. That's what I was trying to say is like what a great way to use it. Like it is you're using so many different aspects of it throughout the process, which I think is cool. It's almost like a showcase of AI ability.
Yeah. Yeah, that's appreciate it. Yeah, we look at that as like we kind of been talking to some more sophisticated customers, and they're referring to it as like their complete go-to-market like operating system,
100%.
right? It's just like their whole operating system of go-to-market. They're like, this is it here, and it's all powered by AI.
Yeah.
But we meet at a frequency with all of our customers as strategists. So then we're showing the stats. How is this performing? Do we need to run another experiment? Do we need to tweak this? And so AI will oftentimes offer suggestions on all this. But, even down to the level of, I didn't show it in the product, but we also have where it'll transcribe every meeting, and it'll you CC an email address, and it'll track every communication. It flows into the system, and that's how it learns more. And it also assigns to-dos to everyone in the system based on the communications. So like there's no really a project management effort goes significantly down because you have basically
you're not manually shoving stuff in anymore.
Correct.
Yeah.
You've got an AI project manager kind of just saying, here are your tasks.
Yeah, everything's tracked.
Yep.
So you have full audit ability going all the way back through.
Yep.
That's
slick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks for letting me show it to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for coming on and talking about this. In just showing us, again, what is possible through this and how far you can take it. And I guarantee it's going to be building from there, and you're going to expand it out because there's so many other modules and so many other tabs that you could add to it. Like you said, you start adding some more project management features in there. I mean, now it becomes just an incredibly custom software piece that really just runs your business and, like you said, runs all the go-to-market. So,
Well, that's why building these things it is addictive.
oh my gosh, it is.
Because we were kind of joking before, I don't know if it's right when we started recording right before, like, it was before because we wanted to change the color of the background to make it easier to show up on camera. And all of us were like, you could just tell it to, and it'll just go do it for you. So that's how easy it is to make modifications to this. So you can just be sitting there thinking, it'd be cool if it did this. So then you just type it or say it, and then it's there. And it is addictive. Like you can just keep going and going and going.
Even from a bathroom stall at the very
From
beginning.
bathroom stall, wherever you're at.
Email Pete for more information.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even going back to the ChatGPT connected to Codex, like you could literally be building websites or writing code or whatever while you're driving down the road, just talking to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been building this whole episode. You guys haven't even seen it.
It's running in the background. Well, awesome. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for talking with us, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Tell everybody where they can find you. Where can they find this?
Yeah, Tevia.ai. So easy website to remember. Tevia, two E's, TEEVIA.ai.
T like a golf tee.
T like a golf tee.
Tee it up.
Yes.
Via. Tevia.
Yeah.
.ai. There you go.
.ai.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
If you like today's episode, hit the like and subscribe and leave a comment below. How are you doing your sales right now? How are you going to market? And would something like this be useful? Let us know. Thanks, everybody.